Well, 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 well. What do we have back here, huh? You guys see that box? What do you think's inside there? Maybe 100 protein shakes? 100 cheeseburgers? Well, if you guessed another epic vintage collection, you might be right. What's up, Breaker Army? I'm CardBreaker. Welcome back to another epic video. You guys can see our big box is still back there. It's going to take a second for me to get that box up here because we have a ton of stuff to go through. Huge shout out to Edgar for reaching out a couple videos ago in one of my collection posts. He said, hey, I got like a Dark Magician Girl, I think a Dark Paladin as well. What are they worth? And so we went back and forth on Instagram for a while and kind of worked out some pricing, you know, added everything up. So we basically worked out a big deal on a lot of his cards. So he kept, obviously, the Dark Magician Girl, because it's a first edition copy too, which is huge. So how he got this stuff, I think he said his uncle gave them to him about 4 or so years ago. So I love when stories where they got passed down from one generation to the next. And I can help him work on some other collection goals. So what's in this box? It's all Duel Monsters era First Ed and Unlimited cards, plus some bulk. And when I say bulk, it's the good vintage bulk. Stuff from like LOB, MRD, all the good stuff. Dark Crisis, Magician's Force, a bunch of really good stuff, guys, that I need more for my collection. I'm sure you guys need some of that stuff too. So most everything, you know, maybe not everything, but some stuff will be up for sale. Go inside my mystery packs. I'll be hanging on to a bunch of it as well because I love the Duel Monsters era stuff. We're going to dive into our box, guys, see what's in there, and just have a lot of fun. Before we do rip into our massive box to see what we've got, I figured it'd be kind of fun to give away a playset of card destructions. Going through cards to give away, I'm like, you know what? Somebody out there might need a playset of this one. Who knows? They complete some sets or just whatever they might enjoy because it is a classic starter deck Yu-Gi card. We're going to give away this playset to one lucky winner, and for a chance to win, make sure you leave a like on today's video, make sure a subscriber, and make sure you guys ring that bell, and either let me know down below your singular favorite card from Duel Monsters era or your 5 cards that were shown today in this video as we go through some of the, you know, commons, rares, and of course the big holos we're going to be taking a look at, because this is all a bunch of goodies, guys. The Duel Monsters vintage nostalgia era. I can't wait to get into our box, so here we go. Let's check it out. Okay, guys, I went through our box just a bit. So there's actually 2 of these. I think they're like 5,000 count boxes, I want to say. So these are loaded with top-loaded cards. Now, what you will see, there's actually, I have a couple stacks like already separated out where the unsleeved, like just the uncommons and rares that are not in top loaders. So pretty much from what I can tell so far, this first row right here where my left thumb is at, this is all the holo cards. And then there's a lot of first edition commons and rares that are inside these top loaders in this box. The other box, there's actually 2 of these, like I said. So the other box, that one has untop-loaded, unsleeved cards. So we're going to go through some of those quickly because it's still the vintage cards. That's what we're all about here on this channel. And then, of course, we're going to go through the holos and kind of see what we have. So give me a second. Let me put these down and start going through our box. This is going to be fun. All right, just to show you guys what I was talking about. So there were, like I was saying, some commons and rares that are in the top loaders in his sleeves. Huge shout out to Edgar and, of course, his uncle for taking so much care of these cards back in the day. From what he said, excuse me, he just opened up these boxes, these packs, put them into sleeves, top loaders, tuck them away, which is what you love to see. People that actually care about the cardboard. So this is going to be great, guys. There's going to be a lot of stuff in here that I'm going to need for my master set. So obviously, if you guys need help with your master sets, please hit me up because I am definitely down to help you out. So we've got most of, I think this is like a mixture of Magician's Force and Dark Crisis in here, but all first edition stuff. Like this is just awesome. So we got some Pharaonic Guardian. And there is plenty more to go through. So I'm going to be busy for quite some time going through this this collection. Edgar, again, man, I really appreciate it, dude. I'm super grateful. Because it's not every day you get to see a collection like this. Oh, we got some starter deck Pegasus mixed in. So some of those in there. And don't worry, we're not just going to look at all the commons and rares forever and ever. I know you guys, some of you out there like to see it. Some of you don't. Sorry, I'm getting over a cold. Just kind of finishing up at the last little bit of it here. But there's those, and then we're going to check out some of the commons and rares. So here is just a smaller stack. You guys can see, these are very well taken care of. You'll find a couple that might have like a little tiny, like this one has like a little tiny like edge nick, but you can tell that they're old school, but you can also tell that they're well taken care of because there's no like yellowing, no whitening, nothing like that. Like there, I guess, no whitening as far as like chips and stuff. They're just pure white, pure cardboard. They were straight taken from the pack, which is crazy. And this, you can tell this is true old school LOB just by looking at this card and the back of it. Like, look at that. I don't think it gets cleaner than that. I really don't. That is crazy. This is awesome. Again, huge shout out to him. I am very excited to go through all this stuff and see what I want to get prepped for my actual collection. So there's a lot of LOB that I know I'm going to want just because the LOB is just one of those sets where it's the first TCG set for Yu-Gi-Oh! I feel like you can't have enough of it. I really don't. And then we've actually got some first edition Meta Raider stuff too. We got some first edition Pharaonic Guardian. So again, we're gonna go through. I'm trying to be careful because this is first ed. It's classic stuff, and actually most of this is in order. So this his uncle must have opened up a lot of boxes back in the day, because there's just multiple copies of a lot of this stuff in here. Got the Charm of Shabti. I know there's a lot of other random things too. So again, we're gonna go through this kind of carefully because I don't want to mess these cards up. That's what's most important about this stuff, is keeping it in the same condition that I got it, which was pack fresh mint basically. So there is one of our bigger stacks, and then I'm just going to go through another little. So actually I pulled out like a whole entire row basically. These couple were actually sleeved up, so these were just some rares. So these oh, we actually got a holo. So Gravekeeper's Chief, we got a little Chimera, King Tiger Wang Hu, that is very expensive as a common, or excuse me, as a rare. The Pharaoh's Treasure, like that card even to this day is still pretty pricey. And then I'll grab a little stack here so we can quickly go through this. Really excited to check out the holos. If you guys enjoy more of the commons, you know, let me know. Because, like, from what I've noticed, most people kind of skip through them or they're not too worried about them. But, guys, this is old school Duel Monsters era Yu-Gi-Oh! Pure nostalgia. We got some unlimited Magic Ruler. We got some Pharaoh's Servant mixed in here. Like, this is so cool. Look at this. Like, that's just, like, it's just the nostalgia. Deep Sea Shark, first ed from Meta Raiders. Got some more first edition Pharaonic Guardian. So it looks like things got shuffled up just a bit, so we're going to have to put things back in order. But it shouldn't take too long because most of this is already kind of put in order, which is really, really nice. A lot of Needle Walls and Trap Dust Shoots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of those. Very nice. Pyro Clock of Destiny. Like, oh man, this is crazy. So there, I've got stacks on stacks over here of commons and rares, but I don't want to spend all day going through these. I just want to show you guys some of them, just so you can get kind of a feel of what's all here. And this is, we got a lot of Pharaonic Guardian in this stack. There's a big stack of like Labyrinth of Nightmare, Legacy of Darkness, commons and rares. Let me see if I can actually maybe find some of those for those that do care. So just a ton. Swarm of Scarabs, Swarm of Locusts. Got the Giant Axe Mummy. So if you guys need stuff for your sets, please reach out, because I'm more than happy to help you guys out. You know, pass along the favor that Edgar is helping me about. And then we've got some Meta Raiders. Oh man, first edition Meta Raiders, guys. Like, hold on. I feel like I've done a disservice to us. Wow, that's a good smell. There's not many things better than classic Yu-Gi-Oh! First edition. Not even just unlimited, but first edition shiny cardboard. That's just some crazy stuff. Oh, look at all this. First edition Meta Raiders. How often do you guys get to see pack fresh minty stuff? Like, I know I just picked up a pretty big lot not that long ago where it had a bunch of it, but if I can get my hands on first edition pack fresh minty stuff, I will take it all day. Just because this is so classic, so nostalgic. And again, I want to be careful with this because it's not sleeved up. I don't want to scratch it, get any scuffs on it. So that's going to stay right where it's at. We're not going to move it to the end when I get to be a little bit more careful. But let's go into what you guys are probably all waiting for. Let's see all of the holos that we've got. Well, that took a lot longer than I expected to go through everything because there were some holos mixed in with the top loaded as far as like the commons and rares go. So I had to make sure I got, I think, everything. But Edgar, you package everything extremely well. I can't thank you enough again, my friend. So first off, we're going to start with these three. So when he sent me an image of everything he was sending me, he's like, I'm going to end up keeping a couple of them. Like, bro, please. Breaker, Chaos Command Magician are my two favorite spellcasters. So he ended up letting me hang on to these. And then XYZ Dragon Cannon, and then I think it's Y Dragon Head are the last two holos I need for Magician's Force. And so he was gracious and grateful, and I'm grateful enough to be able to get hooked up with these. He's like, look, man, if it's going to go to a good home, I'll help you out. So I can't thank you enough, bro. So very, very excited to obviously pick those three up. And then we have, I don't even know how many stacks of top loaders besides us, but it is a ton of stuff, guys. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy the nostalgia, because this is going to be a fun one as we go through everything just to see what all we've got. So XY Dragon Cannon, XZ Take Cannon. We'll maybe take a few minutes on some of these cards just to check conditions, but these cards should be pretty much mint. Yeah, I mean, obviously you're going to see scratches on the top loaders. Okay, so we do have some commons or rares mixed in there, but that's fine. Mask of Dispel, we got a Gravity Bind. Oh, well, actually, I think everything that's in the top loaders, at least not everything, but most of the stuff, basically what we agreed on is everything like $5 and above, we're going to work like a price out of, then everything else is going to be kind of like the bulk rates, if that makes sense. But, at the end of the day, we're going to make sure that he's happy, I'm happy with stuff. Look at how yellow this top loader is. The card itself isn't faded, just the top loader is very yellow. So that you can tell that's a nostalgic collection when you see something like that. And then some more commons and rares and stuff mixed in here. So, again, I pulled everything out, and then when I was going through, I'm like, wait a second, there's definitely some more of these commons and rares mixed in throughout here. So we just get to take a minute to enjoy some more of the commons and rares as we go through this. Fairy Meteor Crush. We got a Prohibition Classic from the old school. What is that? Pharaoh Servant, right? Yeah, Pharaoh Servant. We got Giant Trunade, Confiscation, Horn of the Unicorn, the Dimension Hole, Magic Drain, another Fairy Meteor Crush, Monster Recovery, Painful Choice. Man, I'm gonna be able to add so many, so many cards to my ever-growing pile of unlimited holos and stuff from back in the day. And then obviously I'm going to actually probably have more than enough to do complete sets for unlimited. So if you guys do want to collect some unlimited complete like mint sets, I should have plenty. Next stack of our top-loaded cards, we got a Banisher of the Light, Dark Ruler Hades, a Gemini Elf. Man, this holo, so classic, so nostalgic. All these cards, like you can't go wrong with any of these. The Last Warrior from Another Planet, of course, that's one of like the most iconic monsters, I feel like. And maybe not iconic. Iconic might be a bad word, but like just nostalgia. This just screams like pure classic Yu-Gi-Oh nostalgia. Love it. Serpent Knight Dragon, got a Doc Necrofear, another Revival Jam, Axe of Despair, Delinquent Duo, Snatch Steel. Oh, here's a big one. So this is a Mystical Space Typhoon. Look at the dark saturation. Like everybody talks about like faded this, faded that. Sometimes I really just like those deep, dark, rich, like saturated cards. They just look so nice. Got a Destiny board, a Dust Tornado, a Spellbinding Circle, Magician of Faith. This one's first edition, so that's a big one from Meta Raiders. I think she's like 25 bucks or something as a rare. Very expensive. Great Moss, same thing. Ooh, we got a first edition Garniciel Ephantis. I know there were some first edition vintage stuff in here, so let's check it out real quick, just for some fun. So let's see how the condition is of this particular one. Let's take this out. Not a big fan of the snug, perfect fit sleeves, but you know everything has its purpose. So very clean. Let's see. Oh yeah, that is crispy. I'm not seeing anything. That's awesome. So again, guys, I can't be more thankful than what I am for Edgar reaching out to us and allowing me to work out buying this collection from him. You know, it's very it's always just like kind of mind blowing to me when I see stuff like this that's still out there in the wild that people have because they just enjoy the hobby. They've held on to it. They took care of things. This is actually a really tough card to find in first edition, so I know she's expensive too. But again, it's just so awesome to see all this stuff. You can never have enough of the nostalgia. If you say you have too much, you might have a problem. Or that's just me saying I have a problem. We've got a Legendary Fisherman, Ceasefire, Mahavilo, Black Pendant, Invader of the Throne, and a Backup Soldier. We got a lot more top-loaded cards to go, guys. So just sit back, again, relax, and enjoy the nostalgia. We've got the Spirit Message, Black Illusion Ritual, another Backup Soldier, another Black Illusion Ritual, and a Fire Princess. I love this card, too. This is actually one of my favorites from back in the day. What has been your favorite part of this collection so far? I know I asked earlier what your favorite, like, 5 cards were so far, or what your favorite overall Duel Monsters era card is, but can you really pick 5? So far from what we've seen, we got a first edition Don Zalug, Yugioh Richie, Rope of Life, Guardian Seal, my classic favorite set, Dark Crisis, Interdimensional Matter Transporter, a Dark Flare Knight. Yes, I will always take as many copies of him as I can get. Lava Golem, Guardian Sphinx, Geyser Glider, got the Visor Shock, Double Spell. I love this card too. Actually, I really want a PSA 10 copy of that one day. Ooh, Red Eyes B Dragon. That's just the starter deck Joey copy. Unfortunately, not the Red Eyes from LOB, but that's okay. Relinquished. That's actually Magic Rulers. And then there's another Magic Ruler. Okay. And there's the starter deck Pegasus. I was going to say, we've got to have a starter deck Pegasus in here if we have the Joey. That's just too funny. Helpwhammer. Got a Luster Dragon. Actually well centered for Magician's Force. You just don't see that all that often. Spell Canceller. Buster Blader. Love that card, of course. And we got 2 of them. Shoutout. We got a Different Dimension Dragon. X-Head Cannon. Finishing off this stack here. Ooh, a classic Vampire Lord from Dark Crisis. This one actually looks like it's missing like a little bit of the name, like not crazy like misprint or anything like that, but it's kind of cool to see that stuff like that. There's the Y Dragon head. So this plus the XYZ Dragon Cannon, as long as these things are minty like he says they were, I mean, so far from what we've seen, everything looks super crispy, then we will pretty much be done with Magician's Force. I need Y Dragon head, it's XYZ, and I think there's like 1 or 2 commons or rares, and then that's all I need. Magician's Force, and I'll have that set done. So coming soon, guys. Within the next month, I should have an updated binder for my master sets that I'm working on. We'll check them out, just so you guys can see the progress and see that I'm getting pretty close. Like it's crazy the progress we made so far this year. And don't you worry, we aren't done. We've got this big stack to go, and one more that's about that same size as the one up there. And then we'll be finishing things up. So it was just a lot of fun, guys. Again, sit back, relax, and enjoy this stuff because you just don't get to see this all that often. Fresh, minty cards from back in the day, pure nostalgia, with just waves of nostalgia. It's incredible. Got a Skilled White Magician, a Judgment of Anubis, Mirror Wall, Dust Tornado, Reinforcement of the Army, got a Mage Power, Destiny Board, Card of Safe Return, and then a Luster Dragon, one of my all-time favorites. Actually well-centered for Legacy, oh my god, Legacy of Darkness. I wanted to say Light of Darkness, that's not the right one. And then next we've got some more of our LOD set. One-Headed Behemoth, Invader of the Throne, Asura Priest, Beast of Tawar, classic awesome monster, another very, very yellow top loader. Fiber Jar, we got a Drop Off. Tribe Infecting Virus, this card is still pretty expensive to this day because it's super playable in GOAT format. Guardian Girl, we got another Legendary Fisherman. I don't remember there being 2 of these, but I'm not complaining. Maha Vilo, a Creature Swap, Magic Cylinder, first edition too. I think there's 2, yeah, there's 2 of these. Got those 2, got a Chain Destruction, a Griffin Wing from Starter Deck Pegasus. Next part of our stack, got a Imperial Order, another Beast of Tawar, Bazoo the Soul Eater with some nice hollow bleed, that's pretty cool. Got a Gearfree the Iron Knight, Limiter Removal, Dark Master Zork, that is a true classic monster. They still to this day, to my knowledge, have not actually printed Zork the Dark one. I wonder when they will, but they've got to find a way to really make that monster into a card. If you guys have seen the anime, you know what I mean. Got a Defusion, there's our first rare mix in this stack, a Scapegoat, Spirit Message L, so we've taken the L and an A and an N, Grave Robber, the Magical Hats, Mage Power, Free the Matchless General, Royal Command, a Parasite. Almost to the end of this stack, guys. We're working through it. We got a Riryoku Field, Exiled Force, Jar of Greed. It's still pretty pricey to this day as a just basic super from back in the day. Got the Amoeba that randomly mixed in, Shallow Grave, another Giant Trunade, Premature Burial, Tornado Bird, Shadow Tamer, Minor Goblin Official, a couple rares looks like. There's, let's see how many more in here. Return, we got a Giant Germ, Lesser Fiend, Hyozenru, Giant Rat. Okay, so some of this looks to be mixed up with some commons and rares, and that's okay. Like, it's totally fine. I'm not going to be upset at all. Karate Man, Senju of the Thousand Hands, Cyberjar, and Jowgen, and then a Skull Invitation. So a fun little ride going through some of the rares, because this stuff's not too bad to go through. But we got one more big stack to go, guys, and then we'll be done. Our very last stack of our top-loaded cards. Here we go. And I'm pretty sure these are all hollows, because I think I pulled these out from the middle of the stack of the other hollows. So we got not just 1, but 2 Jinzos. We got a Ceasefire, another classic yellowed top loader, Forceful Sentry, United We Stand, Premature Burial, I think that's our second one of those, and the Injection, Fairy Lily. I feel like you can just never have too many of those. Actually, I don't remember. Was there a Yada? Maybe he didn't. Maybe there were no Yoda. No Yadas in this collection in Unlimited. It's a weird one to find. Like I don't really see Yatagarasu come up all that often. Obviously I try and keep as many like near mint plus the mint condition copies for the vintage hollows that I can. Especially the Unlimited first edition. It's kind of hard to hold on to those because they are really expensive. But Unlimited, I definitely don't mind keeping them because they're just like a fraction of the price. Another Mirage Knight, I'll take that one. Skilled Dark Magician. Well, I got what I was thinking is it's another one to add to the collection. That's our first one we've seen so far. At least I think so. Gravekeeper's Chief. We got the Spell Shield Type 8 DD Warrior Lady. A lot of Dark Crisis stuff here. Blast held by a Tribute and a Last Turn. Just a Unlimited, unfortunately. I wish that was first edition, but that's okay. I do still love my LOD set. I just wish these were all first ed. That'd be awesome, but it's okay. We got Fiend Mega Cyber, Spear Dragon, Tyrant Dragon, Air Knight Parshath, Fiend Skull Dragon, Reaper on the Nightmare, Mother Grizzly. Got some rares in there, so maybe I lied. Oh, there was a little divider. Wonder what that divider was for. I don't remember, because it all kind of mixed around some. Got a Marauding Captain, Mystical Space Typhoon. I think that's copy number 2. Nobleman of Crossout, another Nobleman of Crossout, so a mixture of some Pharaoh Servant and Magic Ruler. Got some more Magic Ruler Toon World. There is another Gemini Elf. Can't have too many of those. Torrential Tribute, Megamorph, Ryu Senshi, Fiend Mega Cyber again, another Megamorph, another Imperial Order, Penguin Soldier from Starter Deck Joey. Got a Goblin Attacks Force, a Call of the Haunted, Chain Destruction, another Goblin Attack Force, and then a Book of Life. Ooh, we have made it. We're on our last stack of top loader, guys. Again, let me know down below your 5 favorite cards or your 1 singular favorite card from Duel Monsters era, and let me know if it was in this collection. There wasn't everything featured in here. No Dark Magicians, no Blue Eyes, no Dark Magician Girls. Unfortunately, we didn't get any of those, but that's okay. So let me know, guys. We got another Masked Beast. Looks like there's actually maybe 2. There it is. Okay, so there is actually a Yada, and it's in classic fashion, extremely off-center. That's just typical LOD. Snap Seal, Delinquent Duo, Grave Robber, and to end things off, it is a Axe of Despair. But not to worry, because this entire collection was not a despair at all. This thing was amazing. Mind-blowing. I've got a lot of work cut out of me because I got to go through, if you guys can still maybe see like the edge of the box down there, maybe not. But I have go through all those commons and rares, see what's there, see what I might need, see what you guys might need. So give a shout out to Edgar down below in the comment section for the hookup on this collection, allowing me to share it with you guys so you guys can go through it with me as well. Have fun, relive a lot of these memories, because things like this, we just want to carry on these memories for how fun the game is. That's the purpose of this. Keep Yu-Gi-Oh! Alive, especially the vintage and nostalgia stuff. But if you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure you leave it a like, comment down below, and subscribe for future content. Consider joining as a channel member to get you guys some free packs, or click any links down below to get you guys some awesome discounts on epic products. That's all I have for today. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I do have to give a massive shout out to our channel members: K-Dragon, Mark Donnelly, Sargoni YT, Cody Slater, Josh Evans, Michael P. Sutton, Lazy Dane, Evan Rudolph, Allison Snell, Will Breaks TCG, Ram22, Roland Pryor, Austin and Kayla, Ghost King TCG, Derek Williams, King Louie, Toenfo Show, Battle Phase, All for Chaos, Chio, Attention Duelist, Capiba, and Zoxus. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. I do hope you have a nice day. Hope you have a nice night. I will see you guys in the next one. This is CardBreaker. I'm out.